Did Brian Gregory shut up the doubters? Do we still have to wait? I think the answer to both of those are just months ago. The Phoenix Suns were looked at as laughingstocks across the NBA, and I think rightfully so, but they've completely changed the narrative, and they have Brian Gregory to thank for that. Welcome into a Trending Edition mini-pod, post-draft edition. I'm Erik Ruby for PHNX Suns. You already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on audio, 5-star reviews go a long way. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't hit a 5-star review, and you've hit all these trending mini-pods, and you listen to the show every day, I don't know what to tell you, man. Don't worry. We'll still be here for you with live shows at 3. If you miss all of our live draft coverage, we went live for almost 10 hours for the first and the second round. And I'll be honest with you, I issued a live on-air apology to Brian Gregory. Now, I will say this. When Brian Gregory got hired, there was a mass reaction of panic, and to be honest with you, I was a part of that. Now, I will stand on business, and you can go pull the tape from this. Everything I said was literally probably in this studio and to this camera. I told everybody that there was a chance it could still work out. Did I believe it was going to work out? No, I didn't. And I'll be honest with all of you, I did not think it was going to work out. Did not like the Brian Gregory hire, did not like the press conference, did not like the ties to MSU, did not like the lack of experience, didn't like any of it. And that's just me being completely upfront and honest with you. But in the same sense and in the same light, let me be completely upfront and honest with you right now. For those who missed the draft, for those who missed the trades that Brian Gregory made, he nailed it. He nailed absolutely, to the max, his first ever NBA draft. And that comes off the heels of trading Kevin Durant, and that comes off the heels of hiring Jordan Ott. So he has been shutting up the doubters. Mat Ishbia now has been shutting up the doubters because this was his decision, and this is something that, he put his reputation on. If Brian Gregory did not work out, that would be a massive indictment on Mat Ishbia and a massive indictment on the Phoenix Suns. And while, yes, it's too early to go out and say that this guy is going to be general manager of the year or that this guy is actually going to be fantastic for this, considering we don't know how the return for Kevin Durant is going to play out in the long run. We don't know if any of these draft picks are going to be busts, superstars, or somewhere in between. And there's still more trades to be navigated with Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, free agency. And then guess what? The rest of his tenure with the Suns, as jam-packed as these couple of months have been, we still have so much more to see from Brian Gregory and to see from this front office. But that being said, I've got to be honest with you. I am floored with how Brian Gregory has navigated his first couple of months, or if it's been the longest month of all time, I'm not exactly sure how long it's been, as general manager of the Phoenix Suns. Hiring Jordan Ott. He was not in my top 5 candidates, but the more that you get to know this guy, the more that you hear him speak, and the more that you chew on his philosophies, and you really get down to the bones of what he wants to build for the Phoenix Suns, you are at least excited about the hire. Will it work out? Again, we don't know. He's a first-time head coach, but he's a film room guy. He's somebody who is absolutely dedicated to his craft, and it doesn't seem like he's going to have the same problems the last couple of Suns coaches had. Okay? So the Jordan Ott hire, I think, as of right now, listen, it is June 27th. It is a win. And some people might say it's too early to react. Well, I'll tell you, I was reacting day one, so I'll react down here as well, and then I'll continue to give you my honest opinion as these things continue to play out, and we have more to go off of. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm not going to give you my opinion because it's only been a couple of months. I'm going to give you my opinion based off of what I've seen. So I like the Jordan Ott hire. The next thing up to bat, of course, is the Kevin Durant trade. That went down on Sunday. The longest 5 days probably in my life, these last 5 days, in a good way. But the Kevin Durant trade in a vacuum, I think a lot of people, including myself, were underwhelmed at least off the start. I didn't want a Jalen Green-centered package, and I said that from the start. I like Dylan Brooks, and the number 10 pick, in theory was awesome. You didn't know exactly if you were going to get a game-changing player there, but you had at least the number 10 pick. And then 5 future second-round picks, which Flex from Jersey, when he spoke to me on Sunday night, said they had a chance to get another first-round pick. But there was a reason why they got the 5 second-round picks, and we'll get there in a second. But that trade in a vacuum, C-, right, with room to improve from when that trade happened on Sunday. Given the last 4 days that have happened for the Phoenix Suns, that trade has skyrocketed for me from a C-. Having Malawach fall to 10 completely unlocked so much for this team. 2 future first-round picks for Mark Williams, who only has 1 year left on his contract and has played an average of about 33 to 35 games over the last 3 seasons, probably feels shocking when I put it out to you like that. But when it was the 29th pick and the worst of 3 teams in 2029, so essentially close to a second-round pick anyway, for a win-now center trying to win during Devin Booker's prime, which is right now, I believe that was a good move. I believe it's a good risk. Plus, you have Mark Williams' restricted free agency rights, which means, let's say he hits the market, he doesn't get a lot of money. You control his future, right? So you get a year, you control his future. So I like that trade. Then it was last night. It was the second round of the NBA draft that I think really put Brian Gregory on the map as somebody who Phoenix Suns fans can get excited about. And that can go away as easily as it came up, right? Over the last 2 days, people have gotten excited. He goes and he fumbles a Beal trade. He goes and he fumbles a Grayson, a Royce trade, free agency, whatever it is. That excitement for the alignment can go right out the building. It's fickle, and that's just the way that this thing crumbles, right? But the second round, maneuvering from 52 and 59 to 31 and 41 through a variety of trades that took some shrewd dealing of the second round picks that you opted to get in the Kevin Durant trade, absolutely blew my mind. To walk away from the draft with Kaman Malawach, Rasheer Fleming, and Kobe Brea at 10, 31, and 41 is an absolute home run, A++++ draft in my book. And if there's one thing we have not been saying about the Suns drafts, especially after draft night, is A++++. Now, I like Ryan Dunn, and I like Oso Ighodaro, and I'm really, really high on Ryan Dunn's future. If you're a viewer of the show regularly, you know that. But going off of the draft, we felt good, but damn it, we didn't feel this good about the draft. And that makes sense because you didn't have the 10th pick, right? Rasheer Fleming is a top 20 to 25 prospect for me. I would have been floored if he even made it to 29 when the Suns originally had the 29th pick. He falls to 31. You maneuver your way up. You get the 31st pick. You maneuver your way up. You get the 41st pick. And what do you part with? The 52nd, the 59th pick, and the rest of the second round acquisitions you got from Kevin Durant. So the return for Kevin Durant is in the books, right? Do we know if it's going to be good? No, because we haven't even seen these guys suit up for Summer League yet. But you don't have to wait 5, 6, 7 years down the line to get this payoff for the Kevin Durant trade. You got Jalen Green, who is the biggest wild card out of anybody I'm going to say afterwards, even the rookies, I believe. Dylan Brooks, who is a culture setter, who's going to slot in well and is on the same timeline as Devin Booker. You turn that into Kaman Malawach, Rasheer Fleming, and Kobe Brea, and in the meantime, you also trade for Mark Williams as well. I mean, I don't think the Suns could have had a better week, and Brian Gregory has absolutely shut up the doubters. The only thing is, what's next? Because it doesn't just stop here, right? You can't just win the draft week. You need to win the years afterwards that these players play for you. Keep them on contracts, have them develop. But we are excited, and that is the biggest win. I'm telling you as a Phoenix Suns fan, I am excited about this new era of Phoenix Suns basketball. A good litmus test, and I just put this out there on socials, is that I have not thought about Kevin Durant over the last 2 days. I've solely been thinking about the Suns draft, the moves they've been making, and where they stand going forward. That's amazing. If you told me that on Sunday, I would have called you a liar. What do you think? Did Brian Gregory shut up the doubters? Do we still have to wait? I think the answer to both of those are yes, simultaneously. I don't think that they can be separately from each other the entire time. I think that they can live in conjunction, that Brian Gregory, for now, has shut up the doubters, has absolutely put on a masterclass for what he's been able to do this week, but it could all crumble given what happens after this and how these prospects play out. But you know what's going to happen no matter what? What I can tell you for sure, PHNX Suns is going to be with you along the entire ride right here on PHNX Sports. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. If you're on audio, 5-star reviews go a long way. Thank you so much for tuning in consistently to our draft coverage, trade coverage. Coming up next, Summer League coverage, free agency coverage, more trade coverage, preseason coverage, and then we're back. Pre-game, post-game shows, 5 live shows a week, all during the season to cover the new era of alignment. And guess what? I'll be talking to you soon, and I'm even more excited to do so after the last couple of days.
We all silly like the mayor.